Hey guys, this is Des with GGD and I'm here today to show you how to set up the multi-out for Kontakt in use with Modern and Massive in Pro Tools. After creating your session in Pro Tools, create an instrument track and load up Kontakt 5 onto that track. Once you've done that, make sure you can see the outputs on this browser page. Once you've done that, click the plus button and increase the amount of outputs to 14. You only need 14 outputs in total to fully exploit all of the microphones within Modern and Massive. They are stereo channels. After that, just make sure you click onto the channel number here and starting with one, and then make sure to select those three boxes as well. Once you've done that, this pop-up will come up and then you'll have successfully created 14 stereo channels. After you do this, make sure to save this state as the default for all formats to allow Kontakt to always open with these 14 outputs always selected. This allows you to not have to go through this process over and over and over again. After you do that, if you click on the exclamation mark at the top right of Kontakt and then close Pro Tools to make sure that all of these settings are initialized, that is the best way to move forward. At this point, you can restart Pro Tools, reopen your session, and then create 13 auxiliary channels. The reason you only need 13 auxiliary channels is channel 1 will be coming out of the instrument track, which Kontakt is already on. Once you've done this, you need to set the inputs of these channels to the outputs from Kontakt. Simple way to do this is to click Option Command and then click on the first one, and this will automatically choose all of the necessary inputs in chronological order. Once you've done that, you'll load up Modern and Massive. As you can see, normally the outputs are default sent out to a stereo bus, which is just going out to output 1. We have, however, added a feature which automatically will set all of the necessary outputs so that the kick overheads and the snare overheads and so on and so forth will all be going to the correct channels. This is obviously what we deem to be the closest thing to a studio experience, but it's obviously up to you how you can move on with this in a creative fashion. Once you do that, you'll see that now the output is routed correctly so that you'll be getting the different mics to different channels. From this point forward, the only thing you really need to do is to rename all the channels so that you can visibly see what you're working with when you're mixing and treat them like a real drum kit recording. Obviously, there are no hard and fast rules with any of this. If you feel like you want to put, for example, the kick room mics and the snare room mics together, but then the tom room mics to a different output, that is totally possible. Completely up to you. Anyhow, from this point forward, it's just down to what you want to do with it. Enjoy.